What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. Today in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with some Esper Yorion lists. I prefaced this video by mentioning the fact that for a while now, the majority of Esper decks have been Doom Foretold decks with Dance of the Mance. And I just thought, there's so much to this color combination. I mean, white, blue, black, you got sweepers, you got counter spells, you got removal, you got ramp. I mean, it's like one of the best color combinations actually, and it's been stuck in this bit of a rut with this repetitive play pattern of Doom Foretold. And I got, to be honest, a little bit sick and tired of it. And so I thought to myself, let's try and make a workaround or a build around that doesn't rely on Doom Foretold and Treacherous Blessing, but something a little different. And let's put in some of the new cards. Let's see what we can do with that. And honestly, the only new card that, from Strixhaven that I have in the entire deck is Test of Talents. But that was all that was required, actually, to kind of keep the Genesis Ultimatum and Zenith Flare guys out of my life. Everything else was kind of old school tech, and I like that because it's definitely not rotation proof at all, but it's not relying on any Eldraine cards, which I absolutely hate. So this is it. This is TrawlerForm. This is the brew I've come up with. I've spent many hours playing the deck, and I think that it's got some pretty sweet little synergies and interactions hidden within it. I would like to break those down for you right now, and yeah, and play a few games and see how the deck performs. So then you, the viewer, can decide whether brewing this is worth your wild cards, especially this close to a new set dropping. We are now 8 days away from the Dungeons and Dragons set hitting Arena. So freaking excited. I'm not gonna lie. Today was the beginning of spoiler season. I'm gonna be doing a little video tomorrow morning on the new spoiler cards, or the new cards that have been spoiled. Some incredible stuff was spoiled today. Like, wow, unbelievable. Like, they gave us a little teaser with the few cards that came out so far, and mostly because they unveiled the dungeon venture into the dungeon mechanic. Then the cards that they spoiled officially were ones that had the venture mechanic built into them mostly. But today some new stuff came out that like really just like threw me for a curveball. I was not expecting it at all, and I'm absolutely freaking stoked. There's going to be so much innovation and new brews to be made. But yeah, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that video. I'm going to post it first thing tomorrow when I wake up. We're just going through the spoilers and discussing what I think new homes for the new cards might be, new decks that are appearing to emerge from the meta once the introduction of the new cards comes, etc., etc. But enough with the yammering. The last thing I would like to ask you kindly to do is to consider giving this video a thumbs up, to subscribe to the channel, and to leave a comment down below. And of course, the last thing that I ask of my viewers is to hit the bell icon, because I don't want to annoy you too much with notifications. But if you like the Lone Fox, if you like the BrewLab, and you want to be notified every time I'm about to go live, then hit the bell icon. You will get notified every single time. That's it. That's it. Enough with the yammering. Let's talk about the deck. So, it's your typical Sky Nomad Noodle, Sky Noodle, Yorion, CGP calls it, deck. So we're playing 80 cards, and that gives us a lot of flexibility. There's a lot of cards in here that are great. So, removal. I'm going to go through the removal first. We're running 2 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst. We need to be able to also get rid of Planeswalkers. So that's why I'm running 2 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst. I think this card is just freaking amazing. You can kill pretty much any creature or Planeswalker for 4 mana. Sorcery speed. If this was instant speed, it would be just like, I think it should have been rare, but you know, uncommon is fine. Then 2 copies negate. Oh, sorry, removal. We're going to do removal first. So the rest of the removal, I'm running my usual sort of little package. 1 eliminate, 3 Heartless Acts. Then other removal, sweepers. We got 4 copies Extinction Event, 4 copies Doomskar. So sweep, sweep, sweepity sweep. And then, you know, there's other forms of removal that doesn't necessarily need to be removing creatures. We have 2 copies of Invoke the Divine. Kind of underplayed card in my opinion. Instant speed, artifact, and enchantment removal. So bye-bye Embercleave, bye-bye, Great Henge, all of the Skyclaves, all of the pesky artifacts and enchantments that we need to deal with on a regular basis in Standard. But as well as that, there's a little gain 4 life stapled on the end for only 3 mana. I kind of like this card. I used to play it all the time before Strixhaven dropped. So this was a great card in Kaldheim in my opinion, and then it just kind of went overlooked and swept along with the rest of the meta once, you know, things progressed. But I'm bringing it back here because I think it fits this deck perfectly. We needed something to get rid of those pesky Embercleaves and things like that at instant speed, so there we go. Invoke the Divine. And then, of course, 3 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death. Like, you wouldn't be playing a Yorion deck without at least 2 or 3 copies of ECD. Also because you can get your own Yorion back, but also because this is a Dream Trawler deck at the top end. But anyway, I was talking about removal, and I've done talking about removal. Now, let's move into the counter spells area of the deck. We're running 2 copies of Negate, 2 copies of Test of Talents, for, like I mentioned earlier, this is the only Strixhaven card in the deck, making sure that those bloody Emergent Ultimatums and Zenith Flares just bugger the hell off. I think 2 copies is more than enough. Hopefully we get them when we need them. If not, you know, those decks are, you know, hard enough to beat anyway, but this is our little bit of insurance policy against them. And then 4 copies of Sword coming. So, you know, quite a bit of counters as well. We are playing Esper after all. If you're going to play blue, why not play counters? That's the whole point, especially with a Yorion deck. You get to run lots of them. So, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 counter spells in the deck. Groovy. Then, card draw. Very important, you know, especially in a Yorion deck. You need to be getting through the deck quickly. You need to find the lands when you need them. You need to find your spells when you need them. So, card draw, we're running. It's a Yorion deck. You need to be playing permanents that you can blink with Yorion. So, Omen of the Sea is in kind of auto include. Then, of course, 4 copies Mazemind Tome, which also has the added bonus of giving us a tiny bit of life gain. Then, other card draw, kind of sneaky one, not thought about much. Raven's Warning, which is a way of accessing our sideboard without needing lesson cards. Lovely Kaldheim card that was very underplayed in my opinion. First chapter creates a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying, and you gain 2 life. A little bit of life gain that is sneaking into the deck here because there isn't much else. I mean, okay, I'll get to the rest in a moment, but good to have some life gain always in every deck that you play. So Raven's Warning creates 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying. The second chapter says that whenever 1 or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player this turn, look at that player's hand and draw a card, which is why I was talking about it in the kind of card draw category. And then, so after you've gained information about the player's card, you can put a card you own from outside the game on top of your library. It would be great if you could put it into your hand, but it's good enough. So, what have we got in our sideboard? What have we got in our Raven board here? I'm running 1 copy Elspeth Nightmare in case we do not get tested talents off on the Zenith Flares, and also, you know, your Rakdos decks. I thought, you know, I was trying to think what else I would put in here, and because I'd already filled up the rest, and then I just settled on an Elspeth's Nightmare because it is a good way of exiling an opponent's entire graveyard, as well as the other, you know, reveal hands, and you know, this is a card that's been around in Standard for a long time. I'm sure everybody knows exactly what's going on with Elspeth's Nightmare. Then 1 copy Shadow's Verdict. As if we didn't have enough sweepers, but you never know. You might need another one. You might not have drawn it at the right time. This might just save our lives against mono red, that sort of thing. So I thought, why not? Let's run 1 copy Shadow's Verdict. Then, there's only 2 Dream Trawlers in the deck, so I thought, why not, in case they manage to exile one of them with an Extinction Event, something that isn't targeted removal, because as we all know, Dream Trawler does gain hexproof as long as you discard a card and we tap it. So let me just run an extra copy in the Raven board in case we need it. Then, crucially, Dance of the Manse. It is a Dance of the Manse deck. There's no Doom Foretold, there's no Treacherous Blessing, but we are running Dance of the Manse, and I think this is like the main sort of sneaky little epic deck tech that I've added into here that makes all the difference. I've just done it a few times in the games leading up to this video where I was practicing today, and we've gotten back like all of our enchantments as 4/4s. It's a great card. It's the only Eldraine card I'm running in the deck. Amazing card. It's going to be a little bit of a pity when it goes back, but basically it says that you can return X target artifacts and or non-aura enchantment cards, each with mana value X or less, from your graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures in addition to their other types. So you need to be casting this for 8 to get them all back as creatures, as well as getting them back in the first place. So in a moment, after I've finished discussing the Raven board, as I like to call it, I will explain a little bit more into detail what else we can be fetching from the graveyard in a second. And then 1 copy of Ugin. I thought, you know, like most wish boards, before Raven boards were a thing, before lesson boards were a thing, you know, when we had, what's the card now from Eldraine that allows you to go, that 1/4 flyer that has the go look in your sideboard. I can't remember now, but it's an adventure card, and the adventure's called like Wish or something like that. Anyway, 1 Ugin, you never know. You never know. Slam an Ugin might just be the thing that saves us in a long drawn out control mirror or something like that. So now, talking about things that we can go and fetch with the Dance of the Manse once everything is, you know, once we get to that point of the game. We are running, like I've already talked about in the card draw section of the deck tech, we have 4 copies of Omen of the Sea. We're also running, you know, the Raven's Warning itself is an enchantment that will end up in the graveyard that we can bring back, and giving us the ability to once again go look into the Raven board once it reaches the 3rd chapter. Then Omen of the Sea, Omen of the Sun, the other Omen. That's typical in a sort of Azorius Blink Yorion deck. Creates 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, and you gain 2 life, and of course it can be sacrificed as well as the Omen of the Sea for 3 to scry 2. So we want to be getting these down, bouncing them with Yorion, and then sacrificing them to then have them be in your graveyard so that you can bring them back with Dance of the Manse at some point as 4/4 creatures in addition to their other types for an insane amount of value. And then, of course, Elspeth Conquers Death is the second to last one that I'm going to mention in this list of the Dance of the Manse backable cards. And then last but not least, of course, if they've destroyed, this is not the last. I was going to say the Lithoform Engine, which is kind of the whole reason for the deck. TrawlerForm. I've like copied Dream Trawlers and copied Dream. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Mazemind Tome is exiled once you reach the 4th tome counter or a page counter on it. So it doesn't end up in your graveyard. The only way this will end up in your graveyard and that you can bring it back with Dance of the Mance is if they destroy it with some artifact removal. Which, you know, it's something I thought I should mention because it does happen sometimes. But most of the time this ends up in exile, so it's not something that you can bring back with Dance of the Mance. But then the last, this time really, artifact that we can bring back as a 4/4 with Dance of the Mance is if they get rid of our Lithoform Engine, which is the engine that the whole deck is built around. I was running 4 copies, but I was, you know, it is a legendary artifact. I was finding myself drawing it too many times, but I love this card. It's gonna, I mean, it's sticking around after rotation. There's so many cool things you can do with it. It's such a jank lords like Dream, and it's gonna be great to double the triggers on the dungeons once the Dungeon and Dragon mechanic comes into play. So Dungeons and Dragons set comes into standard, so you know, keep your eyes on the channel because I'm going to be doing some crazy janky stuff with Lithoform Engine and the new dungeon mechanic. But basically what I'm really trying to do is, on top of getting the usual value that you get from it, being able to copy target activated or triggered abilities you control, I can also copy anything that I cast. So like, you know, maybe make 2 Omen of the Seas or 2 Raven's Warnings or 2 Dream Trawlers. Mainly, that's kind of like the whole freaking point of the deck. But you know, you can copy any spell you control as you cast it for 4. So I mean, to cast a Dream Trawler, you need 10 mana, but it's happened many times. So just keep that in mind. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for here with the deck. But then you can also copy target instants and sorceries you control as well, and choose new targets for the copy. So you know, double negate, double test of talents, double removal. There's plenty of good ways of using this. Or you know, I've also done for 8 mana like double Extinction Event, 1 odd and 1 even off of the Lithoform Engine, so you wipe the board completely clean of both odd and even mana value spells, or you know, creatures. So Lithoform Engine, mwah, 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 mwah. Love this card. And that's it. That's the deck. A bit of a long-winded deck tech, but you know, that's the case usually with 80 card piles with Yorion. There's a lot of cards to talk about, but I hope I've done a fair job of doing that, and that you understand what the strategy is here. It's just control, 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 survive, 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 draw cards, gain life, and make sure none of their stuff stays on the field until we finally draw a Dream Trawler. At that point, we should have enough mana to Lithoform Engine either the Dream Trawler itself and make 2 of them, or whenever it attacks Dream Trawler, you draw a card. Oh, sorry, this should have been mentioned in the card draw thing, because whenever Dream Trawler attacks, you get +1/+1. Because, okay, sorry, let me read the card. It's a 6 mana, 2 white, 2 blue, and 2 colorless creature Sphinx. 3 for 5, flying, lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, Dream Trawler gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Whenever Dream Trawler attacks, you draw a card. Discard a card, Dream Trawler gains hexproof until end of turn, tap it. So, lots of triggered abilities that you can be doubling with Lithoform Engine. So, not only can you know, make 2 of them when it first hits the field with Lithoform Engine, but then the next turn when you're attacking with the Dream Trawler, you can either double the triggered ability that is drawing you a card when it attacks, because you need more cards, so you draw 2, which not only gets you 2 cards, but has the extra added bonus of giving the Dream Trawler +2/+0 until end of turn instead of +1/+0. Or whenever it attacks, you or you can get the double card draw, because it makes 2 triggers, Dream Trawler. It's either the +1/+0 trigger when you draw the card, or you know, whenever it attacks, you draw a card. So you can either draw 2 cards with Lithoform Engine, copying the trigger, the first one, the second one, or you can gain an extra +1/+0 with the Lithoform Engine. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, that's the deck. Enough rambling. Let's get into the games with some TrawlerForm action. I'm gonna play this on the ladder because I'm feeling pretty confident. I love Esper, and yeah, I really hope to showcase this deck. Just checking on my YouTube stream here. I'm getting the typical yellow thing. I'm gonna try and move my phone into a better part of my room so I have better signal. Give me 1 second. Fingers crossed. Opala. Apologies. No checkered boxes tonight. Just jean pants. Yeah, let's keep this, I guess. It's not, I mean, you don't want to always start with the Dream Trawler in hand, but also we don't always find it, so, and we do have some removal and counters and things, so let's keep it. Game one, why not? Lucky hat. Oh. When I played that, they're thinking we're playing, you know the one I mean. Let's go for blue. Yeah. Come on. It's good that we have Extinction Event against Mono Red. Mellow Maniacal. It's a bit of a counter statement, surely. Ooh, battery is running very low on the Foxatron 2000, but 8% should be okay. It is a mouth-to-lung vape after all. Watch the bird get bone crushified. Luckily we have more cards in hand than they do for now, so we don't get the Robber of the Rich trigger. Ain't gonna block that, am I? Here comes a Rimrock Knight. First game of the day on stream, freaking Mono Red. You all know my thoughts on the matter. We can now counter Bone Crusher if he tries to go for the... Okay. We get to look at his hand. Aha! Bye-bye. Off you go to the graveyard. Yes! Yeah, that feels good. Okay, the usual bullshit, of course. Lame! Here comes a Torbrand, which is even, and then I am going to get rid of all of your rubbish in a moment. Isn't that going to be great? What do we got, fetch? What do we go fetch? I'll just put Yorion on the top. Nah. Let's get probably Shadow's Verdict. Yeah, I'm well aware that that's what's on the deck. Let's swing in first. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. You suck at Magic. Alright, now. One more land that we can play Dream Trawler. 1, 2, oof. Can he kill us already? 3. Here comes ECD. Is this game over? No, it's not. 4. 8. Oof. Oh, we needed 2 black. Man, that is so freaking annoying. That's my bad. That's really my bad. Red. Amber Cleave. Why? Why do you exist, card? What crack were the people at Watsy smoking when they came up with that card? Seriously. Give me some of that crack. My god, you gotta be really stupid to come up with a card like that. Game ruiner. On par with something like Ugin. I mean, yeah, oh, great game. Yeah, we're 10 turns in, having so much fun, back and forth. Oh man, who's gonna win this? So fun. I wonder. Great game of Magic. Ugin. Exile everything. Okay. Friggin' fun, I guess. Unbelievable nonsense. White. Mirror match. I might just pass this now. Just in case they have their own counter spell. Oh no, it's just guy. Sorry. No mirrors. Should never Mazemind Tome on your turn. What if I had a mill card there ready? Double blue? Nah. Fine. Opponent seems to be highly bricking, which is great. Alright. It's foretelling time. That is nice. We are getting nice cards. Ugin? Jeskai deck? What do we want? Let's get a copy of Dancing Ones. Fetch blue, and then cast my next pathway on black. Then we have 2 of each. I always like to balance things out like that. So now we need to cast this once we have counter magic available as well. So let's just pass the turn and try and play an Omen of the Sea. Sorry, Omen of the Sun. Another one. Why not? See, now we don't have counter magic for the Yorion, so let's get a Raven's Warning going. So now we're not at the point in the game when we want to be sacrificing these to Scry, because we still have Yorion to play. It's our turn. Should we counter it? No. Probably, what's his face? Now we can go Yorioning. See what you've got in your hand. And we get to draw a card. That's just groovy. Okay, so it's your typical Archon of Sun's Grace deck with Banish into Fable. Nico Aris wants to be making a lot of shard tokens on top of the Archon. I'm ready for you, buddy. I'm ready for you. I've got another deck called the Pegasus Printer. It just runs Nico Aris and Archon. Pretty good, actually. But I thought Esper's better because it's black and you can remove stuff. Without relying, beg your pardon, without relying on Doomskar only as your sweepers, but you also get Extinction Event and Shadow's Verdict, which are pretty fundamental in my opinion in a aggro-filled meta. Opponent is taking his sweet time. He needs another bit of mana there to be able to cast Banish into Fable. Game 2, the deck is definitely doing its thing. That's a lot of land, deck. But still, that's enough land to cast a Dream Trawler safely next turn, which is pretty damn sweet, if you ask me. Mystical Dispute. Mikey. Should we even bother? He's gonna Mystical Dispute. No problemo. What happened to our other Dance of the Mans? Oh, it got milled or something. One. Where's the other? Don't have it in hand. It's not in the exile. It's on the graveyard. We had two in the deck, didn't we? Oh, it probably... Okay, yeah. It's in the deck somewhere else. It got shuffled in. More blue, because we want to Dream Troll safely. Bring on the Mystical Dispute. You know I've got it, but you've got to give it a try at least. Should we negate it or Test of Talents it? Let's negate. Baby! Now, the only question is this card here another counter spell? It does have negate mana out. Oh, you slimy, slimy bugger. You are a slimy bugger, my friend. Nice. Here comes Archon for show. Interesting match. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, he's got plenty of mana to do his Fable nonsense, and he's got both the requirements. ECD, maybe. I don't want to look. Yes! You're welcome to attack. I don't know how good that'll be for you, my dear fellow. Go fetch your Yorion. Good on you, mate. Good on ya. Oh, that's just lovely. You gonna block it? Nice. That's not what I was planning on doing. I was planning on foretelling Doomskar, but my mouse is attached to a wire, which is unusual. Singular copy of Shatter the Sky in an 80 card pile. Of course he got it then when he needed it. Here comes Elspeth, Conquers Death, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. It's a pity. We are going to be dancing the Mansings very soon. Nah. Let's give this hexproof. Sitting pretty on a nice amount of HP. 43 is great. Their own trawler. I'll keep that. Mirror match, baby. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. We can already do the full thing, majig, here. But I want him to discard something. Nice. And we're ready for that Banish into Fable, if that's what he wishes to try. Yorion! Bye-bye! No mana for Banish. Does he swing? He does. We can discard the Temple if he draws something to try and get rid of our Dream Trawler. Now we bring back the Yorion with the ECD. Or do we bring back another Trawler? That is the question. Let's go for the Yorion. Counterspell. Ooh, I don't want to look. Oh, baby. Value Town. That is just beautiful. That is just beautiful. It's exactly what we wanted to do. 50 life. Bye-bye Trawler. Oh, baby. Life is so good right now. Yeah, do what you want. Yeah, that feels good. Get a dance off at the right time is just magique. Didn't even get to do the Lithoform thing. We just did Esper things. That was epic. That was truly freaking epic. That I'm so glad we got that off the way it went. Thank goodness. What a great game. Whew. I hope you guys had as much fun watching as I had playing, because that was just freaking amazing. Sorry, I was just replying to a comment on a Facebook. Oop. See, all I had to do was move my phone to the window. And suddenly the YouTube was just like, yep, everything's fine. Nothing to see here. That's interesting. To say the least. Sure. No problem. Okay. Fighters 1. Parametro's Blessing. Oh, phew. Thank goodness. quite a bit of damage. Grass to mouth. Smarty pants. We have to do this. It's not really gonna help much either, is it? An Extinction Event would have been much better. I think we might be screwed. I'm gonna put the Sentinel's Eyes on there. Yes, you are. Which makes it a... If we don't find removal, we are dead. Next turn. Nice aggro build, mate. Good game. Good on ya. Good on ya. It's a problem with Yorion decks. You know, not a problem because thank God, otherwise they'd just be everywhere. But you know, good aggro deck, they get the right draw and everything goes smoothly, and you don't, you know, get the right sweeper on turn 4, you're done. Some glue. I was working in the my workshop earlier, helping my uncle out with some repairs. We're sitting on 47 minutes of the stream. Probably a good 2 or 3 games left to go, which just feels pretty good. Not the ideal hand to be keeping, to be honest. Garruk is the only hint we get here. I'm not, you know, I'm not playing Prismari, and I'm running a Prismari thing, so. It's worth a try. Hope it doesn't come back and bite me in the ass. Whenever I see, you know, there's a chance that they'll scoop if they see the Yorion and I play a black land. The other one playing Sultai without Yorion. Yay! Let's see what you got in your hand, dude. Would have loved another land there. Here comes removal. Okay, rogues. Sultai rogues. Okay, so there's no flyers. Let's start throwing cards. Maybe they're just running the Zagoth Triumph as a cycling land. It's more likely. Oh, man, I really wanted... I left that there on purpose. I knew it would get milled, but I wanted another freaking land. And now that's a passage that would have been just perfect. Oh! Yay! Now, whatever we play is going to get milled. 90%. So let's mill an Ugin. Then, if we get an Elspeth Conquers Death, we can go fetch that Ugin back. It's just rogues. Here, I'm willing to bet whatever you want that Zareth San is the next card that's going to come out of this guy's deck. Nah. Okay, an Omen at least. That would be a disaster. Because Ugin's going to the yard now. And if there's Zareth San next turn, we're friggin' screwed. Come on, drown in the lock or something. Come on! I know you want to. I'm ready for you. Especially Drown in the Lock. I would love to test the talents with Drown in the Lock. Oh baby, yes. Whew. Bye bye. Off you go. All your nonsense. Bye bye. Okay, so there's just a borrower there. Nice. I'm gonna hard cast the borrower. Sack the Omen. And you can do both. That's what I thought he would do. I love these Godzilla lands. Of course. Just counter spells. What a charming fellow. What are the chances that that's a counter spell as well? One more land, come on, then we can safely cast our Yorion. Okay. Even up the points on the race here. Yeah, so the Zagoths were just there for cycling. This is kind of your old school non-Lurus rogues build. One more land, come on deck. Oh, there it was. Ah! Sack it. That's what I want you to do. Come on. There we go. Let's try and make any stupid misplays here. It's a lot of cards he's got now. I'm gonna save this to safely cast Yorion with. sure they're well aware. Hello, Lord Ghoul. Nice. Sure. I know I said I wanted to save it, but we do not need a 3-1 hitting us every turn. What is it? Maybe Ashiok? Rankle. What do we discard? We're not there yet with the Lithoform action. There was the land. Pity. If you just go for the Yorion and see how it goes, it's worth a try. They put something on the stack. Yeah. Whew! Got lucky. Negate. Sure. 4 life. Nice. Odd. Pity. Anyway, we can... I mean, he might get me to discard the ECD. That would suck. It's quite probable. No? Now, we can go get our Yugens. Dr. Eugene. Ah, this feels so good. Fuck rogues. Pardon my French. Fuck rogues. Stupid, stupid, stupid deck. I played it on my channel a few weeks ago, or yeah, not even, like less than a week ago. And it's just rubbish. To be honest. Absolute rubbish. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Bye. Ooh. Professor Zareth. That's really not cool. Oh, he's gonna get our Yorion. I mean, he's gonna get our Ugin. Ugh. Oh no, we are? No, he is. What a rat motherfucker. I knew this card was coming. Fuck. What a load of shit. And he's gonna block one of our guys. So dumb. I knew it. I knew it, and I just played with my own. Nice, I guess. It's nice, whatever. Fucking prick. Ah, Ugin. Why, oh why? I know you want Ugin, dude. Fuck you! Well, if you minus whatever, you'll be getting rid of some of your own stuff as well. So I don't know if I would do that if I were you. God, what a prick. What a prick. -5. -2. What a prick. Fuck. He baited me with this shit. Unbelievable. That was just so horrible. So horrible. Oh, okay. You could have just -2'd. I wasn't gonna get anything back from the graveyard. That's an interesting play there, that's for sure. Bloodchief's Thirst. Bloodchief's Thirst. Bloodchief's Thirst. Come on. We're dead anyway. What a prick. I cannot believe that happened. I should have just been more careful. I should have saved that counter spell for the... There it is. Like, can you believe it? It's as if the game is mocking me. Get fucked. Bye-bye. Lord Ghoul with your stupid rogue deck. I hate you. I hate your guts. I hope you have a horrible sleep. Alright. Well, that's going to be it for today. We've reached the hour mark. I'm also pretty tired. I'm making misplays I should not be making. I hope you all enjoyed the games. That deck is super different, I think. No one is playing much of what I just played here. I don't think I would make any changes. I would love to hear what changes you would make in the comments down below. And yeah, we didn't really get to do the thing. I was really hoping to get a double Dream Trawler off there with the Lithoform, but we did win that incredible game there in the middle. And yeah, that's going to be it from the BrewLab today. Thank you all so much for watching. It means so much, and to me, and to the channel, of course. And yeah, if you like what you saw, please consider leaving a thumbs up down below, subscribing, and all of that good YouTube stuff. And I will see you tomorrow with some spoiler videos and another fresh brew. This is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.